Hi, this is Laura Lee Griffin.
And this is Nikki May with the Startist Society, inspiring you to stop getting in your own way and start building an art biz and life that you love.
We are artists who believe strongly in the power of community, accountability, following your intuition, taking small, actionable steps, and breaking down the barriers of fear and procrastination that keep you stuck.
Follow along with us on our creative business journey as we encourage you on yours.
Last week, I spoke with Nikki all about going big with your art in public spaces. This week, she's back to give you her 5 best tips on getting started. So, Nikki, what's your first tip?
Okay, tip number 1 is be very visible. Don't wait for the perfect time and opportunity. Put your work out in the world for people to see. On social media, on print-on-demand sites, in local shows and events. I think it's probably the print-on-demand calendars that I've been making and selling for the past 4 or 5 years that have gotten me the most awareness of my work.
Yeah, and they're beautiful.
Thank you.
And a lot of the elements that you've used for those, you're now using in your big public art. So
yes,
it's an awesome way of leveraging your art.
Yes, and that works perfectly with my second tip, which is something I say all the time is don't get known for work that you don't want to do. If you want to do murals or other large-scale public work, show that kind of work. Don't wait until someone hires you to do it, paint a mural in your own space, or even just show mock-ups like I had to do for these proposals. Mm-hmm. Only put the kind of work that you want people to associate with you as an artist on your website and social media. Mm-hmm. And then when you get that first big piece of public art, photograph the heck out of it and share it everywhere.
Or go to that restaurant across the street like we talked about in the last episode and take lots of pictures every time you're there.
Yes. Yes.
All right. What's your tip number 3, Nikki?
Be on the lookout for calls to artists or RFPs, requests for proposal, that you think your work would be appropriate for. They might not just fall in your lap. You might have to search for them, but there are Facebook groups with those kind of opportunities and lots of websites that list those. And we'll link to a few of those in the show notes. Just be proactive.
Yeah, definitely. And it's actually kind of funny that we've been talking about your airport commission, Nikki, because I used to actually work in an area for a large airline for their clubs that they had that gave people access. And we used to hire local artists to do big scale panels and murals and things like that inside of those lounges.
Well, why haven't you gotten me one of those, Laura?
So I do have one friend who actually received a large commission and did a fantastic job in that particular lounge. So there are definitely opportunities out there. So just keep your ears and eyes open.
Definitely.
All right. So what is your tip number 4?
So my 4th tip is a very easy one. Go listen to episodes 78 and 79 with Allie Kay about her vast experience with murals. She has some great advice.
Yes, she does. And I think she does like 27 or 28 of them a year, if I recall. Yeah. Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
All right. What is your final tip for us today, Nikki?
So my final tip is, and this one goes for almost anything that we do and everything we talk about on this podcast. And you can probably guess it. Don't let fear stop you from getting started. Just because you haven't done it before doesn't mean you can't go after an opportunity. You just have to take that first step, and each step after that becomes easier and less scary. And if you need some encouragement, talk to us about it.
Definitely. Nikki, thanks so much for coming back and sharing your tips on going big in public spaces with us today.
Well, thank you for having me. To get a downloadable PDF of my tips and tricks, visit startistsociety.com/Nikki's tips for going big.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.